Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
The world of techies, digital space enhancement and renowned digital experts from across the globe. All of this on one common platform. Crunch Bangalore 2013. The initiative, introduced for the first time in India, showcases the most innovative products and ideas created by young IT experts for various companies and sectors.
There's no question about the incredible depth of technical and entrepreneurial talent in India. It's as deep a pool as exists anywhere in the world. The actual evolution of what we think of as a startup ecosystem is coming along. But it takes time. In the United States, in Silicon Valley in particular, the startup ecosystem is in its 5th or 6th generation, so there's a lot of experience. There have been a great many exits. There's a tremendous breadth to what's happening there. And those same pieces are coming together in India just as they are in many foreign markets. But India has a distinct advantage in the sense that there's such a big international community here, and the Indian diaspora is so extensive throughout the United States and the rest of the world. There's no shortage of experience, understanding, and ability in the Indian ecosystem.
Recognizing the importance of digital space in India, Platform Play organized the 2-day meet in Bangalore to give a holistic approach to product and concept innovation.
The reason for us bringing TechCrunch into India is that we thought that we are ready to fuel the growth of the startup ecosystem in India. TechCrunch has been that fuel of growth in the West. Given that perspective and the innovative format that exists at TechCrunch, we have the hackathon where 350 plus ethical hackers are solving problems for our sponsors, which is GoIBO, Nokia, Lumia 1020, and Shepherds, which is a cloud computing company. The whole idea, again, like I said, there will be a lot of hiring that will happen from these. Plus, there are also people who are building their own products and services. So there are at least 100 of these who are building their own products out of the 350, which will all get showcased the next day with a 2-minute presentation like speed dating, where they will come and there is a jury of 7 eminent juries who are there on stage, and there is an audience which consists of 100 plus VCs, and these VCs will accordingly figure out whether there are any interesting products that they would like to invest in. It's a 3-city tour in the first year, so we're starting with Bangalore, then we go to Pune in February, then in Delhi, which is going to be a 3+ day show in August. So, and then post that, what we do is we also build a bridge between India and the US. You know, there's not been many platforms that have offered this bridge for a lot of Indian entrepreneurs to look at West and address that audience in a way that will enhance their business scope. So that is something that is of a lot of excitement around that for the startup ecosystem.
The event kick-started with the hackathon, where India's techie rock stars and startup firms got an opportunity to create and launch their products for venture capitalists, media, and other interested companies.
Our idea is called Kaput, C-A-P-U-T-T. So basically it's a crowd application public transport tracker. Now we are able to track people. I can call you and ask you where you are. But it's very tough to track public transportation like autos and buses. Many people have waited for the government to put in GPS devices in buses and so on, but I mean, let's not wait for them. Let's crowdsource it. Let's do something ourselves. So the idea is for a person to, once he gets into a bus or an auto, just punches in, I'm in a bus and an auto, and enter your bus number if you're in a bus. And we're able to track the transport through that. The more number of people who start feeding in information from different sources, we can then start tracking the transportation as a whole grid.
It's about women's safety. There have been many applications which work around the women's safety. But the thing is, at the hour of need, you know, you're not going to take out a phone from your pocket and then press a button so that it alerts. So we are making a wearable gear, which is going to be a bracelet, and it's going to be a pressure sensor. You know, when you press it, it's going to alert through your phone to various places, like it's going to send a few messages to the saved contacts, and then it's going to post the same thing to your Facebook wall and other social networking platforms that you would sync in the application.
The breadth of the ideas the thinking and innovation around what we can do is amazing. And that's amazing to see, because in the last 1 year, in 2013, there have been over 55 different hackathons in India. 55 hackathons. In 2011, there were 3. We've gone from 3 hackathons to 55 hackathons in less than a year and a half. And so the ability to get so many people together to do this is just awesome. And it's great to see so many ideas and so many different ideas, right? Not everybody's building the same thing, which is good.
This synchronized jamming of complex numbers and theories regaled right through the night till wee hours of the day. The 400 techie wizards, divided amongst 100 teams, left no stone unturned as they worked towards their most passionate goal, creating apps for varied interests. Age was definitely not a barrier for these prodigies.
I'm Rahul Dominic and I am 15 years old. Our team name is Socialpreneurs, which is a combination of social and entrepreneurs. We're working on today is basically a platform where people come and they post their complaints. You post a complaint and immediately it will email the government. We have a communication channel through NGOs, so it will email the government. The government, that specific department will call you up. I mean, when you sign up, you give your contact details and also allow the website to actually send your information to the government. Once it does that, the person will call you up, take care of your problems, and then you log back onto the website, and then you say, yeah, the issue is resolved. So then I'll go into another segment for complaints that have been resolved, and I'll clear up some space in the main page.
The event continued on day 2 with much vigor and zeal and was inaugurated by lamp lighting and a keynote address.
India has actually produced a whole bunch of very smart entrepreneurs. So we call them the internet super entrepreneurs. Sanjeev started off at a stage when, all of us know the story. And from there to where InfoEdge is today, it's a dream run, right? I mean, from having Naukri to 99 acres, now in fact owning majority at Zomato, things have only been successful because he was catering to the need of the consumer at some point in time, and that need morphed into a business, and that business eventually succeeded. So likewise with Deep, I mean, this is a very interesting story because like how I said that the world markets collapsed, I mean, Make My Trip was launched at a stage when Indian e-commerce was just picking up. I mean, it's still picking up, and people are earning a lot of money, but travel as a category was vibrant. However, he had to pivot his whole business because, having raised a lot of money and having a whole bunch of people in the organization, then cutting the size of the organization to, moving to focusing on just the US market in terms of inbound travelers, and then waiting for 2 years to get that traction, again go and raise money, and then going IPO in NASDAQ. You need a lot of conviction in what you do. I mean, it's very easy to give up, but the whole idea is to feel the aspect of, going and doing something that is going to be recognized, not just for yourself, but also you're contributing to the economy in your own way. You're getting jobs for people. You are, indirectly supporting a whole host of families. And those are not things which are very easy because that comes with a lot of responsibility. Not just running a company, because there are 100 people in your organization whom you're going to feed. And these are things that keeps a lot of entrepreneurs going because they don't want to, fail, but the conviction is there.
Crunch Bangalore 2013 had professionals from across the world who held discussions on challenges and positive growth in India's digital space.
We discussed 3 broad topics within funding. One was e-commerce, second was enterprise SaaS, and third was mobile apps. There were quite a few takeaways, but I can tell you 1 or 2 of them. I think on e-commerce, the one broad key takeaway that we heard was that for straight-jacketed, Me Too kind of e-retail, there's no more appetite within the venture capital world for stage A investments, and I think TechCrunch is all about stage A, so I think that was quite relevant from that perspective. While at the same time, if someone has a disruptive format through which they can disrupt some of the any of the sectors, any of the space, whether it is in a particular category or horizontally across categories, there is still appetite for stage A investments. So I think the key message was that if you're looking for venture capital money in the e-commerce space, do not try and do a Me Too business in any of the categories. There's probably not much appetite within the venture capital world for that. Within enterprise SaaS, I think the key message that we heard was that it's a largely unaddressed space. But I think the point of view that the PE guys or the venture capital guys had was that in most of the opportunities, the addressable market for an India-only play might be small. So I think the advice that we heard from their end that what kind of businesses would attract them interested to put capital was businesses which are more global in nature in their addressable market. And we had a conflicting point of view between the panel members. I would say Axel was of the point of view that it is product which is the key, and Matrix and Sequoia were more of the point of view that product is hygiene and your ability, your local knowledge about how to sell in a particular market is more relevant. So I don't think we had a consensus there, but clearly the consensus message was that your addressable market has to be large, and if India doesn't have enough potential customers for an enterprise SaaS company, then probably you should go and look at a larger canvas of markets and make a big addressable market, which then potentially makes a bigger business for you.
Let's begin exciting these people by saying, what did you pull off and how? And tell us a little bit of that insight of that meeting with Masayoshi Son that I think very few Indians have ever met or ever seen or ever done.
Unlike the VCs, a lot of people in the world look for opportunities in a very different way. And they look for opportunities to try and go after them to say, hey, there is a slight chance that you may get there. But we would want to back that slight chance of you. And that's the entrepreneur and the investor in that specific scenario. And I think the thing which essentially worked with him was the fact that we were not asking him for a $40 million amount check, because we anyway were going to get that. We were asking for something which was much larger because we wanted to play a different game. And unlike with the venture capitalists, you could pitch that to somebody like him because, they play big. So essentially, I didn't get what I asked for, by the way. Okay. I asked for $250 million.
$250 million as an ask?
As an ask.
In a round?
Yeah.
How many people have even dreamt of that? $250 million as an ask. And how much did you get?
200. So I think the moral of the story is just ask. You just don't know when and what you'll get.